Every morning, more than 42% of Americans over 60 eat eggs as an indispensable part of their meals. On the surface, this makes perfect sense. Eggs are nutrient-dense, convenient, and easy to prepare. But there is an alarming truth that most people do not realize. Over 65% of older adults are living with metabolic disorders such as diabetes, dyslipidemia, or hypertension, and are unknowingly combining eggs with extremely dangerous foods. As a physician who has worked for decades with elderly patients, I have lost count of how many strokes, heart failures, or chronic liver injuries I've seen, where the root cause was not the main dish itself, but the mistaken pairings with eggs, something that seems harmless. We think we are eating healthily, yet we are inadvertently turning this nutrient-rich food into a slow-acting poison, silently destroying your body from the inside without your knowledge. Are you sure that your egg breakfast is helping you live healthily, or is it pushing you closer to the hospital bed each day? Today's video will unveil the 5 deadly duos with eggs that older adults should avoid as soon as possible, and it will also reveal 5 golden pairings that transform eggs into a superfood for bodily recovery. If you or a loved one over 60 still eat eggs regularly, watch until the end of this video, because just one small change in your eating habits can make a big difference to your long-term health. 1 eggs plus white bread, pancakes, waffles. For many older adults in the US, a typical breakfast is eggs served with white bread, pancakes, or waffles. At first glance, this seems like a tasty and safe choice, but in reality, this combination creates a combo that silently harms health. The main reason lies in white bread and similar starchy foods like pancakes or waffles. These foods have a very high glycemic index, ranging from 75 to 95, meaning they are digested very quickly and cause blood sugar to spike immediately after eating. When eaten together with eggs, a rich source of protein, older adults often feel full for a long time. But this feeling actually hides strong internal changes in the body, causing them to unintentionally overeat without realizing it. The consequence is that the pancreas must work overtime to secrete insulin to balance blood sugar levels, leading to chronic stress. Over the long term, this increases the risk of developing chronic conditions such as prediabetes, high blood lipids, and atherosclerosis. In particular, for those taking glucose-lowering medications or statins to control cholesterol, large fluctuations in blood sugar are even more dangerous because they affect drug efficacy, making disease management more difficult. However, the good news is that you can completely avoid this situation by making a small adjustment to your breakfast routine. Instead of white bread, choose more whole grain starch sources such as whole wheat bread, rolled oats, or steamed sweet potatoes. These foods have a low glycemic index, causing blood sugar to rise slowly, reducing stress on the pancreas, thereby protecting long-term overall health and avoiding unnecessary risks for older adults. 2 eggs and soy. Eggs and soy may sound like 2 healthy, nutritious foods, but in reality, this combination causes some silent health issues, especially in older adults. Soy, including tofu and soy milk, is a familiar protein source, but few realize that soy contains compounds that can interfere with protein digestion. More specifically, these compounds prevent egg protein from being fully absorbed. In addition, egg whites contain a component called avidin, which tightly binds to vitamin B7 biotin in the body, significantly reducing biotin's absorption. When eggs are eaten together with soy, this negative effect becomes even stronger. The long-term consequence is that the body does not receive enough biotin, leading to common issues in older adults such as brittle hair, dry skin, muscle weakness, and mild digestive discomfort like bloating, indigestion, and prolonged fatigue. Especially, eating raw eggs or undercooked egg whites exacerbates biotin deficiency because avidin is not destroyed by heat and continues to lock biotin, making it even harder for the body to absorb. So how can older adults still enjoy both eggs and soy without worrying about these side effects? A small but very effective tip is not to eat these two foods at the same time, but to space them at least 4 to 6 hours apart. For example, you can have eggs at breakfast, and then in the afternoon or evening you can freely enjoy tofu or a warm glass of soy milk. Such a simple change is enough to help the body better absorb the nutrients from both foods, avoid unwanted harm, and gently and effectively improve overall health. 3 eggs and green tea black tea. Having green tea or black tea together with eggs in one meal may seem harmless, but in reality, this combination can significantly reduce many of the nutritional benefits, especially for older adults. Tea leaves, particularly in black tea and green tea, contain a large amount of tannins. When tannins encounter nutrients from eggs such as iron, protein, zinc, and calcium, they trigger a reaction that makes it harder for the body to absorb these nutrients, resulting in a considerable loss of the meal's nutritional value. In particular, the iron from eggs is an important nutrient that older adults, especially postmenopausal women, need to prevent anemia. Drinking tea while eating eggs can inadvertently cause iron robbery, preventing the body from absorbing enough iron. This explains why some older adults often feel inexplicably tired, dizzy when standing up suddenly, or even experience difficulty concentrating right after breakfast. These seemingly minor signs are actually early warnings of mild iron deficiency. However, this can be easily avoided with a small adjustment to daily eating habits. Specifically, instead of drinking tea immediately at an egg-based breakfast, you should wait at least 45 to 60 minutes after finishing eating before having tea. If you still prefer a hot beverage at mealtime, choose mild herbal teas such as ginger or mint tea, or simply a cup of warm water. These small changes will help your body absorb nutrients more effectively and maintain long-term health as you age. 4 eggs and dishes fried in reused oil. Combining eggs with foods fried in oil that has been used multiple times may seem convenient and tasty, but it carries many silent health risks. When oil is reused for frying again and again, it produces harmful substances that are hard to detect with the naked eye. One of these is acrylamide, a compound that can damage cells and increase the risk of developing cancer. In addition, old frying oil also contains a high level of trans fats, fats that raise bad cholesterol, LDL, and lower good cholesterol, HDL, thereby damaging the inner lining of blood vessels. When these substances combine with the naturally high cholesterol content of eggs, they accelerate the formation of arterial plaque. This is especially dangerous for older adults, particularly those who already have cardiovascular issues, high blood pressure, or fatty liver. Therefore, to protect your health, it is best to limit dishes fried in reused oil, such as fried rice, fried tempeh, or fast food. Instead, choose safer cooking methods like boiled eggs, steamed eggs, or air-fried eggs. Tempeh, another nutritious option, can be prepared by steaming, baking, or pan-frying with just a small amount of fresh oil, which is much better for long-term health. These small changes will help you maintain healthy blood vessels and a strong heart over time. 5 eggs and saturated fats. Combining eggs with sources of saturated fat, such as coconut milk, lard, or margarine, may seem harmless, but it acts as a silent cholesterol detonator that few notice. Eggs already contain a relatively high amount of natural cholesterol. When paired with ingredients rich in saturated fat, the total endogenous cholesterol level in the body rises rapidly. Common dishes like eggs braised with pork fat or eggs in coconut sauce can cause LDL, commonly known as bad cholesterol, to spike, leading to deposits in blood vessel walls and accelerating atherosclerosis. Moreover, this combination also raises liver enzyme levels, placing extra burden on the liver to process more fat than usual. This is especially dangerous for those with a history of fatty liver, hepatitis, or dyslipidemia. A better solution is to minimize processed coconut products, especially canned coconut milk, which often contains added preservatives and high levels of saturated fat. If you want a lightly creamy texture, substitute with extra virgin olive oil or simply cook your eggs in water, vegetables, or light seasoning. Avoiding these hidden fats is a simple yet effective way to keep your liver healthy, your blood vessels clean, and your heart safe. After removing the counterproductive combinations, it's time for us to explore the food duos that can help eggs maximize their nutritional power, starting with a golden pair: eggs and pumpkin. Pumpkin is a familiar vegetable, easy to cook and eat, and is particularly rich in beta-carotene, a precursor of vitamin A for older adults. Vitamin A plays a pivotal role in maintaining eye health, reducing corneal dryness, and limiting eye fatigue when reading or watching TV for extended periods. Beyond that, pumpkin also contains lutein and zeaxanthin, two compounds concentrated in the macula of the retina. This is the central area that determines sharp vision and is most often damaged after age 60. Macular degeneration is the leading cause of vision loss, AMD, among the elderly in the United States. What is special is that these nutrients are absorbed much better when paired with the healthy fats found in eggs, thanks to the phenomenon of fat solubility. Vitamin D, omega-3, and lecithin in egg yolks not only help the eyes fully absorb lutein, but also support blood circulation to the brain, providing a double benefit: bright eyes and a clear mind. A few simple yet effective meal suggestions are hard-boiled eggs served with steamed pumpkin, or pumpkin porridge cooked with egg. Light, easy to digest, and nutrient-rich dishes that older adults can enjoy 2-3 times per week. 2 eggs plus red apples. Not only tasty and popular in every American household, red apples are also one of the perfect companions for eggs in a dietary regimen for older adults. The combination of eggs and red apples not only provides a balanced meal, but also helps the digestive system to operate more smoothly. Something many older adults often complain becomes increasingly difficult over time. Red apples contain a lot of pectin, a natural soluble fiber capable of soothing the intestines, reducing the risk of bloating or discomfort after eating eggs. For older adults with slow bowel movements or frequent mild constipation, pectin acts as a gentle regulator that helps improve bowel movements without medication. Beyond that, red apples also contain a natural amount of vitamin C capable of supporting the conversion of iron from egg yolks, a type of non-heme iron that is often difficult to absorb without assistance. When combined correctly, this duo doubles the body's ability to absorb iron, helping to prevent anemia, reduce fatigue, and support the body's oxygen transport function, something extremely important for maintaining muscle health and mental acuity in the elderly. A simple yet effective way to combine them is to cold press 1 red apple and drink it about 30 minutes before the egg meal, or more simply to eat a whole apple with the skin on to take full advantage of its fiber. If you want to turn breakfast into a fully nutritious treat, you can try steaming eggs served with a sliced red apple salad, adding a bit of sprouts or arugula, both fresh, delicious, and good for the liver and the eyes. 3 eggs plus banana. The combination of eggs and bananas may seem simple, but delivers unexpected strength-restoring effects for older adults. While eggs provide a high-quality protein source, bananas supply potassium, an essential mineral that helps balance electrolytes, keep blood pressure stable, and reduce the risk of muscle contractions and nighttime cramps, a common symptom among less active seniors. In addition, bananas contain vitamin B6, which supports the conversion of egg proteins into amino acids that the body can use more efficiently, thereby speeding up muscle recovery after light activities such as walking or rehabilitation exercises. A typical example is Mr. Daniel, age 69 in Florida, who began a morning walking routine after a mild stroke. When he changed his breakfast habit from dry cereal to 1 boiled egg and half a ripe banana, he no longer suffered nighttime cramps as before, and his walking endurance improved noticeably in just a few weeks. This gentle meal not only provided enough energy, but also left him feeling more comfortable, without the heaviness that comes from eating a lot of starchy foods. Moreover, for seniors looking to switch things up after exercise, a smoothie made from banana, plant-based milk, and egg yolk, only when food safety is assured, is also a perfect choice. The natural sweetness of the banana helps offset the richness of the egg, creating an easy-to-drink texture, while supplying all the nutrients needed to help the body recover quickly, especially for those in rehabilitation. 4 eggs plus cheese. When combining eggs with cheese in the daily diet, older adults can receive a particularly important benefit, supporting the maintenance and strengthening of bone density. While egg yolks provide a natural amount of vitamin D, an essential factor that helps the body absorb calcium, cheese is a rich source of calcium and vitamin K2. These two nutrients together act as a bone-building trio, supporting the transport of calcium to exactly where it is needed, the bone tissue, instead of allowing it to accumulate in blood vessels or soft tissues, which can harm cardiovascular health. This effect is especially pronounced in postmenopausal women, the group at highest risk of osteoporosis. When regularly provided with a serving of eggs combined with quality cheese, such as a slice of sunny-side-up egg topped with melted mozzarella, or a baked egg casserole with lean chicken sprinkled with cheddar, bone density in vulnerable areas like the femoral neck, lumbar spine, or pelvis can be maintained firmly over time. Not only is this combination delicious, but it also feels easy to digest, making it suitable for the palate and chewing ability of many older adults. With just a few small adjustments like this in the diet, we can significantly reduce the risk of fractures from falls, which are very dangerous in old age, and maintain independent mobility, living healthier and more resilient each day. 5 eggs plus moringa leaves. The combination of eggs and moringa leaves brings a simple choice, but is very beneficial for older adults, especially postmenopausal women. Moringa leaves, often hailed as the green superfood, contain abundant iron, calcium, vitamin A, and natural antioxidants such as polyphenols. These substances help strengthen bone health, support blood pressure regulation, and especially have the ability to reduce mild inflammation, making them highly suitable for those with a history of fatty liver or mild arthritis. When combined with eggs, rich in omega-3 and lecithin, this duo supports the liver to function more effectively, promotes the blood filtration process, and enhances detoxification. Many older adults often encounter liver problems or mild anemia, and this is exactly the natural way to support both issues simultaneously. The iron in both eggs and moringa leaves is also more easily absorbed when these two foods are eaten together, especially when consumed at breakfast or lunch. The story of Mrs. Nancy, 64 years old in Texas, is an example. After a period of eating steamed eggs with moringa leaves 3 times a week and maintaining daily gentle walks, she found her fatigue completely reduced, and blood tests also showed a significant improvement in liver enzyme levels and red blood cell counts. Preparation is also very simple. Just blend moringa leaves finely, mix with beaten eggs, then steam or lightly fry to have a nutritious dish. Those who like salads can try mixing moringa leaf powder with leafy greens, served with boiled eggs, both convenient and beneficial for the liver, blood, and sleep. After all the analyses and stories in today's video, one thing must be remembered clearly. Eggs are not the culprit causing disease, but rather the way we combine eggs with other foods decides whether eggs are a nutrient tonic or a silent time bomb in the body. At age 60 and beyond, each small decision in a meal can make a very big difference, not only to blood sugar levels, blood pressure, or blood lipids, but also to sleep quality, digestive health, and daily energy levels. 1 egg combined correctly will support the brain, cardiovascular system, and musculoskeletal system. But if paired with the wrong companion, it can silently cause inflammation, damage blood vessels, or affect the liver and kidneys. My advice is very simple. Start with tomorrow's breakfast. If you plan to eat eggs, choose the accompanying foods intentionally, Replace white bread with sweet potatoes, replace black tea with herbal tea, add a slice of red apple or some steamed pumpkin. And equally important, listen to your body after each meal. Do you feel light or tired? Sleepy or alert? That is the clearest signal. Now it's your turn. Comment the name of the egg dish you eat most often, and let me know what you will change after watching this video. Don't forget to send this video to your parents, grandparents, or anyone over 60 you love, because sometimes, such a small change is the first step to a healthy and high-quality old age.